I am a Star Wars fan.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm a Star Wars fan.
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 I am a Star Wars fan.
Damn. I'm not reading none of this.
All right, so have any of you ever
I'm
heard?
a Star Wars expert, bro. I might get this shit first try. Yeah, bro. I be getting like 1 cent type shit. I be getting like 1 cent out them Jones. You feel me, bro? I got it on like a very, bro. You got hit with 4 back to back. There's no way you got hit with 4 back to back.
The tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Yes.
I like Darth Plagueis.
Yes. You like Dark Plague?
I like a Sith, you know.
That checks
Maybe
out,
we
to
should
be
start
honest.
with like introductions
Introductions
and
around,
round.
I agree.
Yeah.
One of
From
the
left to right.
movies we started with.
What's up? My name is Brendan. I've been a Star Wars fan pretty much since conception. My father passed it on to me, and the prequels are my favorite. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the best one.
Okay. Yeah. Kai, 23, and personally, I with Episode 2. I just think that the clones, just like that scene coming into the clone factory when you see all of them laid out and you realize, oh my god, this is like really big. This is not like a small.
And when the
deal
music
anymore.
hits, my whole body
music,
like went
and just like rain.
Yo,
I'm a rainy
there's no
person,
way he's
so
the
a
hater.
planet
He's
dedicated to
dressed
like
as a
rain and
goddamn
water
Jedi.
and like cloudy,
There's
moody.
no way
Yeah.
he's a
It
hater.
set the tone perfectly for me, so that's my
That's a
vibe.
real
Love
nigga.
it. I'm Aoife. I'm 26. I've been a Star Wars fan for probably as long as I can remember, but I'm also a prequels defender.
Let's go!
3 is my favorite. Revenge of the Sith.
They're cool now. They're cool.
They're cool now.
Are they?
I love your necklace, by the way, the Padme necklace.
Caught it.
Yes, of course. I was like,
She
oh
can't be the
my
liar.
god.
She's wearing the merch.
That's
so
sick.
my name is Sam. I've been a Star Wars fan
Yo, hold up, bro.
my whole life. Episode 2 is my fave.
Wow.
For me, I love like the whole like Camino thing, and I love the clones.
It's cool.
And also, I like the
I get,
lore
like,
behind
1
the scenes,
cent
like
per ad.
Republic
That's
Commandos and what was happening on Geonosis and all that stuff.
Yep.
So like,
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm 20 years old. I've been a Star Wars fan since probably around 10. Passed it on from my father. I actually didn't know the prequels existed until I was probably like 15. Because
Okay.
my dad was like, no, we're not watching
Yo,
that.
how
And I
old
was
is she,
like,
bro?
my father, 20 years old. I've been a Star
Be lying. What are you talking about? You didn't know that the prequels existed until you was like 15. What is she talking about?
Wars fan since probably around 10. Passed it on from my father. I actually didn't know the prequels existed until I was probably like 15.
Okay.
Because my dad was like, no, we're not watching that. And I was like, sounds good.
Why
Never.
What was his reasoning?
Because we're not going to watch them. So,
was it a religious thing?
No, I
no,
think
no,
the
no,
older
no. They're just
generation
terrible.
loves
Oh.
the
Just loves like
OGs.
4, 5, 6.
but like,
Did he
I
even
love
own them?
4, 5, 6. My favorite movie is A New Hope. I wrote a 6-page essay on it for my college class.
pages? Oh, wow.
A Marxist criticism, a feminist criticism. It was a good time.
Okay.
Good time.
All right.
Hi, my name is Faith. I'm 24 years old. I kind of became a super fan when I hit middle school. In my house, we have kind of family relations to George Lucas, so we were always
Damn.
watching
I believe it though.
the movies. So I started with the original trilogy. My dad kind of was a big part of that. His cousin was George Lucas's first wife, who was actually involved in the editing of the movies.
So
might be a lot of-
you're
this might be a lot of
inviting us to his
politics.
house, right?
Well, they're divorced, and they divorced before I was born, so.
Hey.
The lore's deep with this one.
Hi, I'm a beer. I became a Star Wars fan with my parents. My first exposure to it was Phantom Menace when my parents took me to the premiere at the theater when I was a kid.
Yo, get him out of here, yo. Get him out, bro. Get him out. Bro, this is one of them. He a hater, bro. Get him out.
It was just like seeing the pod race and like the epic Darth
That's the best
Maul
part.
lightsaber battle.
Yeah.
As a kid, how do you not like just fall in love with
That's the
that?
hater, bro.
That's sick.
But
I got
yeah,
a
Love
question.
the fit.
I got a question though, for like a little bit of like trivia. How do we feel about Rose as a character? Do we like her? Do we not like her? What's the consensus? Because I think she was a wasted character arc.
Okay. Here, I got an even better wasted character arc. Jar Jar Binks.
Damn.
Wait a minute, bro. Wait, why is it popular to hate on Jar Jar? Bryce. People hate Jar Jar Binks.
Well, that's a prequel hater, so of course.
I feel like he's kind of pinnacle.
Okay,
he has very
do
good
you think he's
pinnacle
awful?
movement.
I think he's awful.
So annoying.
He's the only
Yeah.
reason I will not rewatch any of the prequels.
You don't
People actually hate Jar Jar Binks.
Okay, no, that is.
on the other
Hey,
day,
this is getting
turn
crazy.
that thing right up.
Okay,
Man, he's not that bad,
Right
man.
on.
He's kind of silly goofy.
My biggest rage bait for sure is like, I hate Jar Jar Binks. If you're really into this, you either have a very strong opinion of like, I love Jar Jar Binks, or like, I hate Jar Jar Binks. Ethan did not say anything about it.
Do you guys like have like a favorite like spin-off?
Yeah.
Oh,
Disney
I love
Plus,
the
yeah.
video games.
Yeah.
The video games?
Yeah, I love the
Fallen
video
Order is
games.
my
Lego Star
favorite.
Wars.
Specifically,
yeah.
the complete saga for the Wii. That was like peak, like middle school, high school experiences for me.
What about like on
He
PlayStation
old
2?
as shit.
I like
Middle
Battle
school
Order.
for him?
That's
Battlefront,
before me.
OG.
That's before me.
Fallen Order is my favorite game
Cal
of all
Kestis,
time.
bro.
The only video game I ever played my whole life was Lego Star Wars Wii.
Classic.
Like that's what.
Do you remember which one?
They got Jar Jar Binks as the most hated character. That's not fair, bro.
I don't know which one. It was
Episode 3, and it's the complete saga.
Aoife had talked about a little bit of experience with the video games, and then she didn't know which video game exactly she'd played. If you were a big Star Wars fan and you played the video games, then you know what you played.
Okay, the complete saga, because I could be like in Hoth, like as Anakin Skywalker. Like you could like play your favorite movie.
I actually did
So
like
cool.
that. That was pretty lit.
Yeah.
That's the only game I played as well because
Yeah.
we had a Wii in my household when I was really young. But I just the new consoles are so expensive, so that's not really where my priorities were.
Real quick. Who has seen Skeleton Crew?
No.
What is that?
It's with Jude Law.
No idea.
No, I'm just saying because I feel like if you're such a fan, you're the first to jump on everything.
I don't know. If
I've
that's
seen,
true.
I've seen the Ewoks, like even like that like old school cartoon series that doesn't feel like Star Wars, but for some reason I just can't get myself to watch Skeleton.
think-
Because I feel like you would consume everything
But
that as soon as they
I
came
think
out.
being a fan. Stop. We'll go back.
That's the end.
so
So we
fast.
will have to
I know.
vote for someone now.
Wait, Bryce, was she? Yeah. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This joint back here, she a little shaky, but I don't like this dude, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I don't like this dude. There's something weird about him.
Well, I know I first noticed since I was standing so close to him that maybe his hands were shaking. Why is he so nervous if he really is a fan?
I voted for Faith because I felt like with her connection to George Lucas, that could help her learn a lot about Star Wars without actually being a fan.
As soon as she tied it to an essay and really like cemented that as her stance, I just felt like I couldn't vote for anybody else.
Somebody can do a bunch of research for an essay without necessarily liking it.
There is a tie.
Oh!
Already?
Lightsaber battle
like-
to the death.
Yeah, that's what I agree on.
I feel like it
Let's
wasn't.
do it.
And the tie was between Nicole and Aoife. So please step forward, both of you.
Oh my God.
This is
Two
tea.
girls.
This is tea.
You will have 30 seconds to state your strongest case to stay in the game. All right, Nicole, 30 seconds on the clock starts now.
I am a Star Wars fan. I've been a Star Wars fan since I was 8, 10. My most recent essay in college was about how Star Wars was George Lucas's space western.
Cooked. It's over. It's over. You saw his face? He know his vote.
He also has a space western with pirates. I personally also think Princess Leia is a feminist. That's just my opinion. I grew up on her. She's the one who made me feel like, yes, like I can do anything because I can go out, I can go have lightsaber battles. Actually she doesn't have a lightsaber.
All right, time.
Yeah.
Nah, she put toward
Okay,
himself
all right,
like James
clock reset
Harden, bro.
and
No.
Okay, so I am a Star Wars fan. I've been a Star Wars fan for as long as I can remember. My role model, my favorite character is actually Ahsoka. I was in like the Gen Z-ish era, so Clone Wars, the movie, which I don't know if it's canon anymore, but the show was like my favorite thing to watch. I actually did love the Ahsoka series. I loved bringing back Hayden Christensen, my first and forever crush. I think that she's a great character because she is a girl. She's just a girl, but she fights, she's true to her values.
Hi guys.
This just got real.
This is the way.
I was like, these haters just don't like that I don't like Jar Jar Binks. That's literally it.
No, bro, they don't like that you don't like Star Wars for real, and you just did a project on it, and you got caught. You got caught for doing just a little project in college or whatever, bro. You got caught, bro. You got caught. Bryce, how she our age and didn't know the prequels were a thing until she was 15? What is she talking about?
Excuse me. I have an announcement to make.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
great.
Oh god.
There has been a disturbance in the Force. And one person among you has turned to the dark side. So the mole has an ally in this group. The ally is working against all of you to support the Empire.
How could you?
The rule of two. The rule of two.
Whoever it is, say, I'm the spy when you get voted out, please.
I'm the spy.
It kind of made the game a little bit trickier because it was hard to trust people that you fully knew was a Star Wars fan.
Bro, I literally found out what the prequels was in like 2nd grade. Like I found like I don't know how you don't know what the fuck. Like I don't. That's crazy. You went that long without knowing.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, Jubilee, this better not be one of them built-in ads. It is. Yo, Jubilee. I'm not using no damn Morgan and Morgan. Bro.
You gotta make it far.
Really quickly.
Wait, I have two questions.
Okay.
Real quick. What was Ahsoka's nickname?
Snips.
Okay.
Stop calling me that.
And then when I said the rule of two, you didn't like laugh or smile. The rule of two. The rule of two.
Whoever it is, say, I'm the spy.
Do you know what the rule of two is?
I literally said
Well, I'm asking the question. What is the rule of two?
that like whenever something happens on like one side, another side it'll come up to like meet it.
Oh.
No.
Nope.
Not really.
She was like, oh, it's like the balance of the Force.
Nigga, I don't even know what that shit means. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna hold you.
And the Sith at one time, and I'm like, nope, we got you.
There's always two Sith. So
Always
there's a
two, only
master.
two.
No more, no less.
No more, no less.
I caught that out quick.
But
I
you're
was
right,
like,
there's always balance to the Force,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, okay,
That's
okay,
true.
okay.
But the rule of two.
the rule of two is very famous. So,
Rule 2 is classic.
I didn't even know how to react in the moment, so I was like, that fake laugh. What did I do? Yeah, that definitely threw me off.
I have a question for you.
Hit me.
Are you cosplaying loosely as Kai Brightstar?
Oh, that's
No.
what that shit is?
No, this is just the only like decent cosplay that I could find.
So, I know I'm lame, but like I'm an elementary school
yeah.
teacher. I'm an elementary school
Lit, bro.
teacher, so like I also watched like the Young Jedi Adventures. It's actually not bad, but there's a character named Kai Brightstar, so that's
My namesake apparently. So
you're like, he watched it.
Yeah, the question I want to ask so we can like establish it is what makes a Star Wars fan? Because it's like, is it trivia? 'Cause
that's
like
a
you
great
said, you
question.
could like watch older episodes, you
Yeah,
could like
'cause I
study
mean-
online. So like, why are you a fan?
Well, I love Star Wars because, I mean, well, first off, when I was a kid, I just think, oh, cool colors, cool flips, cool fights, sick. And then it just kind of like gradually, you get more invested in the story. It's like a big family, like, space drama. And so it's like super easy to get like
Space drama?
space drama. Oh, yeah.
Space drama.
Yeah, it's a family
opera.
space drama.
Space opera.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
See, I need to redeem myself.
Now I'm like, because
look at each other.
the
Oh, that
original
shit's
script, and
standard.
then they changed, and that's what it shows up as. That was in
Oh,
the
I
category
changed
that it
that.
was labeled as a space opera.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I mean, I didn't even really realize that there was such a like specific word for it that everyone apparently knew. So that was a surprise.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm a Star Wars fan, and I think what makes a Star Wars fan is like the suspension of disbelief. Like it's an unbelievable
Yes,
galaxy.
yes.
Like a lot of people get tied down like, oh,
It's
you
limitless.
Like it's limitless. Like for Star Wars, they had 9 movies. They had so many options. Like there's
And there's
something
so
for
many-
everyone. Like I
yeah,
don't think you need to love like every single part of it. I think like a true Star Wars fan has things that they don't like in it. Like
Yes.
I think that's a big part. Is like a mark of like, are you a real fan
I
or not?
agree.
So you're saying we all have opinions if you're a real fan, right? So do you guys like the sequels of the movies or no? Because I think trash.
Yeah, so I actually worked in a movie theater when 7 came out, so I went to go see 7 like 4 or 5 times in theaters, and I really liked it.
7's the best one.
But 8
Randomly
and
coming back.
9 were kind of brought the whole sequels down. Snoke, I don't really know like why he was murdered.
Wasted. He was a wasted
was
character.
just-
Yeah, he was.
And Palpatine has somehow returned.
No, that's
Yeah,
the
like-
worst part.
Yeah.
I
We
would
gotta-
like
we
to
gotta-
touch on that first question of like what we really love about Star Wars, what makes us a Star Wars fan, because I think that was a really good point. We haven't seen all of the spin-off shows. My personal favorite are just the core movies, especially the prequel, because I love Anakin and Darth Vader's story.
Yes.
But I feel like why a lot of people can relate to it is the political and religious kind of parallels that
Yeah.
we can experience every day with it. And as a Christian, I know some people don't really like it. They think it's blasphemous, but I actually think it is a great way to kind of connect with the Lord. And I think the Force is kind of this not evil, not good kind of being all around us. It's life, it's everything.
Yo, is it crazy to say that like watching Star Wars, I've never like connected to it being some type of religious genre? Like I've never done that. I felt like I never really felt like it was something religious. I don't know.
That's why I asked earlier, I was like, was that a religious thing about why your family didn't let you? Because they see like witchcraft
Yeah.
and wizardry and stuff.
That's what my family said.
And
That's why we
I've
weren't allowed
heard
to watch
people
Star
like
Wars.
say that, and I respect it.
I was religious too, and they kind of had the similar kind of a thing, like bad versus evil.
But it wasn't that the Force is bad or the Force is good. It's kind of the Force lays out a path and it's up to you to
Right.
kind of decide.
Kind of like the Jedi too.
Yeah.
Which is why I think Anakin's story is so interesting.
What?
The spirit.
Bro, what incident did you have as a young boy that made you not want to like Star Wars?
Thing, she was leaning on that a little too much, as opposed to like bringing in other emotions or references.
I'm not gonna hold you. They did you.
Who they get?
Oh.
Damn.
Oh. I'm not gonna hold you. They did you.
Damn. They did you dirty. May the Force be with you. When they clocked me on it's actually an opera. I was like, okay, so I'm dealing with some super nerds right now. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm outclassed.
All right, what was everyone's favorite quote or scene? Go ahead.
Execute Order 66.
Traumatizing.
Traumatized. As a kid, that started me. Sam, what about you?
My favorite scene is from The Bad Batch. It's like when 99 is running.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of sad because he had like a handicap and he was like kind of had like a disability. The thing is, he was still killed in action like a normal clone, and that was what he wanted his entire life, was to be one of like the brothers. So that, and I'm not gonna lie, I almost shed a tear.
My favorite line
Sad,
is "Do it." I think that's so funny, and
Do it.
What? Yo, what the fuck?
do it. Do it. And my favorite scene, actually, I love The Mandalorian. So where Luke flies in and they're like, is that an X-Wing by himself? And then you're like, is it Luke? Is it not? And then the big reveal. I've seen that scene so many times. I think it's so beautiful. I love it.
Mine's a toss-up. It's either when Kylo Ren killed Han Solo, or
Yo,
when
what type
Kylo Ren
shit?
thinks that he got Luke Skywalker. It's just like, more! More! And then you realize, crap, he's just a ghost. He's actually like back somewhere else. Was like a jaw-dropping moment because I was just like, this is the Luke Skywalker that I grew up watching.
My favorite quote is, I'm with the Force and the Force is with me.
I'm one with the Force and the Force is with me.
Just because, like I mentioned, like I am big on religion, and I just think that scene was so beautiful where he put his kind of faith in just, I'm gonna go out there and what's gonna happen is gonna happen, and it actually worked out. And I just thought that was a really beautiful kind of parallel with why I like Star Wars in a religious aspect.
Everyone like tied it to an emotion when they mentioned a scene or a quote. You just said execute Order
yeah.
66. What? Like, why was that your favorite? Like,
Because it really sets in motion the iconic, like the canon center of the trilogy. It opens this window into the Star Wars universe for like unlimited stories in between episode 4 and episode 3, and it's just like,
I mean,
fair.
it was a big turning point in
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of everything.
that's fair.
So I have a question. If you guys could all rate your Star Wars knowledge from like 1 to 10, that way I could kind of get a feel, because like I'm mentioning stuff and then some people are like, oh, I'm a fan, but not as much of a fan as you. So, and I don't want to like attack anyone. So just 1 through 10.
Yeah, I'm like a 6 or a 7. Like my first company was building lightsabers when I was a kid, so like I learned a whole lot back then, and then I grew up and got busy, and so I haven't seen it in like a couple of years.
Okay, no, I
Let me
respect
get one
that.
of
And what
those.
about you?
I'd probably say like 7 or 8. I think I surprise people with my knowledge. As a woman who loves Star Wars, I feel like it's really surprising when I say that I do and that I am such a fan. I've been on dates before that have not gone well because I've just like geeked out, and my apartment has a bunch of Legos and my lightsaber, and normally they come and they get really excited about that, and not me, so that's great.
To be fair, I would get really excited about the Legos.
I was gonna say, I'm so sorry, but like the Legos. Ooh.
So sick.
Mine's probably like a 9.5, 10.
Yeah,
I mean, for me,
that's
like literally like my whole entire life. What about you?
Honestly, I would consider myself like an 8.5 out of 10, even though I hadn't really seen all of the Disney Plus shows, because like I said, I really liked the main, especially the original trilogy, just because that was a big part of my house. Like I said, George Lucas was kind of a big part of my dad's childhood, and they got actually invited to Star Wars Ranch. But like I mentioned earlier, I only really got into it in middle school because it was actually traumatizing because I accidentally sold a bunch of original stuff. I got left alone at a garage sale, and like my dad was so mad.
A real bargain.
And I was like, this is worth so much. Why are people so into it? So then I started rewatching the movies and really paying attention.
I'd say like 7 or 8. I've consumed pretty much everything but Skeleton Crew. Like even those non-canon Ewok like movies.
Do you like Rebels? Do you like Rebels?
I love Rebels.
Yo, fuck Rebels.
It's like the first time there's a lot of like people of color that are like protagonists, and it's nice to see that. Like Ezra's like super cool, and he comes back in Ahsoka as live action, which is like amazing.
A lot of the times with like the newer films, you see like people who grew up on 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 hating on them because like, oh, what's this diversity, inclusion? Like, what do you mean like a guy's looking at another guy this way? And I was like, y'all, we are in like an infinite galaxy.
Yeah,
like
literally.
there are species that don't even look like they're alive.
And there's stuff that's yet to be created too. That's the beauty of everything. Is
and
that
you're gonna tell me
it's
that you can't believe that 2 black people exist on the screen at the same time, or that 2 humans liked each other and they happen to be the same? Like, I didn't appreciate that about gatekeeping, because as someone who's part of the LGBT community, it's hard for a lot of my friends to think that I'm a Star Wars fan, because they're like, oh, that's like a straight thing. Like that's like what the straight boys watch with their boys on like the weekends. And it's like, it's really hard because I was like, I don't want to like feel associated with that. I don't want to like come across like I'm one of those like masculine like Star Wars fans. It's like, you like Star Wars? Name every single Jedi and Sith ever. I'm like, it's not trivia that makes you a Star Wars fan. It's like, what is it? Yeah, if you're a trivia fan, go read Wikipedia. Like that's not
Wikipedia. Especially with the OG fans, like I think Nicole was talking about how she wasn't allowed to watch the prequels. I think a lot of the older generation really like gatekeep the originals and being a fan of Star Wars and don't let in new fans of Star Wars. So even like Jar Jar Binks was made for like that era of kids. So maybe we hate him now, but I think we have to appreciate those who do have their own love and comfort with Star Wars.
Yo, hating Jar Jar Binks is crazy. Masculine fans, bro, they don't.
So I met people that love Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, my brother loves Jar Jar Binks.
Last, I think, can anybody guess what my sad and smelly attempt at a cosplay is? Who?
Tarful.
Outside just a Wookiee, nah.
The one that he like got killed, like I don't know.
No. All right, it's Chrysanthemum.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's time.
No, why she vote Kai?
I voted for Sam because of how maybe knowledgeable he did seem. Why is he throwing out all of these random facts, like as if he was preparing to kind of wow us?
The guy that knows the most and is pushing the hardest on everybody else has to be the mole. There's no other reason why he'd be pushing so hard on people for the nitty-gritty parts of trivia.
We have?
Nah, bro, it's these two, bro. It's these two. We ain't get the actual mode. The other John was just completely clueless and didn't know that the fucking prequels were a thing. I don't know how you ain't do that. She was just clueless. Bro, this John right here, bro. These two right here, they got it. This gotta be it. This gotta be it, bro.
Tie.
Stop.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
I'm not tripping on no tie.
Faith and Sam.
Oh,
damn.
I ain't
Okay, at least it's not the two
I ain't
girls.
scared of nothing.
You will each have 1 minute to tell us your most emotional moment in this fandom. Faith, we'll start with you.
Okay, I feel like there's so many points of just importance to the
Emotional
plot,
moment?
but
The John where Anakin was talking to Obi-Wan when he was gripping up Padme. He was like, "You turned her against me." Yeah, that John right there, that shit hit. That shit hit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
say maybe when Leia dies and she kind of has that final just
Bryce know what I'm talking
Hail
about.
Mary
Don't worry about it.
to
Bryce
kind
know
of
what I'm talking about.
get Ben Solo back, and she uses her last moments to just call across the universe, put motherly love into him, and just pray that he's gonna come back to, you know, the light side and make better choices. She carried a lot of guilt that she wasn't there for him, and I think that was just such a powerful moment, and I know that in real life she actually did pass.
I am with
So
Jedi.
I just think that that was a really important moment.
Like my
Sam.
father before.
1 minute on the clock. Starts now.
An emotional moment for me was probably, like I was saying, like in Bad Batch, like when 99 died, it really hit my heart because like he wanted to be like one of the brothers. And I was in the military, so that kind of like really like hit me. It kind of gave me like the chills. Also in Rebels, like Harrison Dula is always like trying to go above and beyond and like prove herself and all that stuff. Well, I mean, everything, like my whole life, you know, like, and it's kind of cool because when I used to live in Arizona, and so like it would kind of remind me of like Tatooine. And I know that sounds like super like funny, but it was very like, when I first went there and I went to college, I was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to Tatooine for a little bit.
Time.
See, bro, his answer is too clean, bro. It's too clean. There's no way he gets voted out.
Please exit the box.
The rule of two, oh my God.
Bro, was that in Clone Wars? I didn't watch Bad Batch, so I don't know. I think I watched like one episode of Bad Batch. I should finish that, John.
When he asked me that, like right out of nowhere, I knew I was cooked.
We are at the point of the game where we can end now.
So I'm right. These two right here, these two in the middle, bro. They gotta go, bro.
Or keep playing if you think there is a chance that the mole still stands among you. However, there is a new rule. If you decide to keep playing and you vote out somebody who is a true Star Wars fan, the money gets cut in half.
Yo, I'm
gonna give you 3 minutes to decide amongst yourselves.
I don't mean to be rude, I'm gonna just say it, but y'all's like friendship throws me off a little bit.
Friendship.
Like in this episode so far, I'm just like, yeah, that, like you guys could be like huge Star fans. I don't think y'all are the most.
Well, he's more of a fan than you, that's why I relate to him. But, yeah.
But I was just like, I just thought I was just
No
like,
offense.
I would
just because
say-
there is someone that like turned. That's why I was just like,
No, that's
the backups of just like, oh yeah, I know the
I
Bad
would
Batch. Like I
say
can't
it
verify
was
that.
Right off the cuff, it was kind of like we recognize that we're like people of color who like Star.
Like, what are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about, bro?
And it's almost like a subculture because like my parents didn't like, they took me to the movie because I saw like my friends were going and stuff like that, but I wasn't introduced to it through like my parents being fans. I think that's something that's relatable to like through like my movie because I saw like my friends were going and stuff like that, but I wasn't introduced to it through like my parents being.
Hold up, he's lying. Wait.
It was kind of like we recognize that we're like people of color who like Star Wars, and it's almost like a subculture because like my parents didn't like, they took me to the movie because I saw like my friends were going and stuff like that, but I wasn't introduced to it through like my parents being fans. I think that's something that's relatable to like a lot of people of color.
Yo, I could have sworn earlier in the video he said he got it because of he became a fan because of his parents. Am I tripping? Am I taking that wrong?
I think it's really beautiful to see like children of immigrants becoming fans of this world because we're like the first Star Wars fans in our families.
Do you think we got the mole?
I think.
Hell
I'm not gonna lie, my
no.
initial plan was to keep going until there's only 2 people left because I know my knowledge speaks for itself and I was gonna eliminate everybody, but now that
Until there was only 2 people left. Yo, he one of them, bro. He's one of them. And this one gotta be one of them. I don't care. Yo, somebody gotta go.
But now that if I were to vote y'all out, it's like, dang, like
Yeah.
I kind of just burn myself. So.
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep playing, or do you think everyone here is who they say they are?
I think everyone's who they say that. I just want to take the risk. If you're the mole at this point, you deserve it. I think the ally
Why is
might
this
be in
shit
here,
popping
but
up? Thank you.
This group has dropped some lore, so I feel like kind of confident in that.
For me, I would say about 60%.
I kind of want to keep playing.
Nah, these niggas a little too excited, bro. Like I don't even know who to look at right now. It might be 3 of them.
Talking coming from Kai, I don't know if like he could.
What the fuck Kai do?
the mole and he wants us to stop here. There's some other things that kind of
Like what? Like what?
Just like the way you kind of targeted us out just because we related over Bad Batch was kind of like.
It was just 'cause, again, I
Yeah.
can't.
Nah, cuz he gotta go. This nigga in the furry joint gotta go, bro. This Ewok ass nigga, he gotta go, bro.
No,
prove what you're
sure.
saying
Yeah,
there.
no.
Like,
Of
how-
course.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't think was answered was you had mentioned kind of, and I was just clarifying, you haven't seen the movies in recent years.
Yeah, in the last couple of years.
Okay, so I've watched the movies, like last week I watched A New Hope because I was at home and I was like, I need to put on my comfort movie. So I'm constantly rewatching those because that's my comfort.
Oh, and then the Wikipedia and
So
the
Okay,
Wikipedia.
great.
I
That's
think that's
time.
the only reason. That's it.
time.
They about to vote him out because he didn't say Wikipedia.
If you think that someone here is lying and you want to continue playing the game, raise your hand. That's a majority. We're gonna play another round.
The galaxy has waited long enough. There's a new dating app, one that brings balance
They
to
about
the
to talk
dating
about
world.
nectar. I don't care about no damn nectar.
The reason why I think you are
are you talking about?
is again because you haven't seen the movies in recent years.
Does that make you a fan?
I think so. I think a fan is something that you like engage
You're a fan of it
with.
always.
So I've
Yeah.
been moving a lot. I just moved across country, and I have a lot going on in my life. I run a company, like it's my day to day, and so I don't have that time.
You can always put it on the
necessarily
dash, but yeah.
Like I want to focus on it. Like I don't want to just like
No,
have it.
no,
in the
they
background
dicky.
going. Like
Nah, I
I watch a lot of
respect
like
the hustle,
YouTube video
yeah,
essays
of
and
course.
stuff on
Okay,
that.
yeah,
Like
fair.
that's like my way of watching. It's
Yeah.
not just like the videos, but I like watching what other people think about it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
watching the lore on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
again, I just think that just because I don't have the necessary knowledge, I don't watch it 24/7.
Yeah.
A lot of people go like, okay,
Okay,
you're not a fan though.
I have a question.
That's
So
fair.
aside from the movies, like what other lore can you tell us?
Aside from no, because I've seen the
Okay,
movies.
so
and the
like
YouTube.
you watch video essays about like just kind of like almost like a literary analysis. Like what
30
are some
seconds.
things that
You
you're
have 30
interested-
seconds.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you tell us
Lightsabers,
anything?
lightsabers, how they're created. Like that's like my focus. Like
Okay,
I,
how is a lightsaber created and who creates
with
them?
the kyber crystal, like as a Jedi, you go into the caves, you find the kyber crystal. If it
Yeah.
resonates with you, put it into the
Sure.
lightsaber. Like
Okay.
it's a part of like who you are. Like
Okay.
I-
But
like,
how
that-
exactly is it constructed?
That part I don't know.
Okay.
Again, I know that I can't say anything. Like you guys are made up. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't have enough knowledge on this subject now.
You don't have to have
What's your
knowledge.
favorite? What's your favorite lightsaber
Okay,
color?
I'll put you
Red.
on the spot. You said
Sure.
you're a teacher, so you
Yeah.
only watch like the little.
No,
kid
I've seen
TV
everything.
You say you've seen
shows, or
everything.
you've
But I'm
seen
just
everything?
into like watching like
He likes the lore.
animations and like kid stuff just
Okay.
to get ideas.
And then
Yo, they about to get Kai out of here, bro. What did Kai do? I think it's a
Sorry,
2
guys.
Sorry.
bro.
Oh, I feel bad.
I am absolutely crushed. I tried to do everything I could. I tried my hardest to like balance the amount of trivia I was asking people and then also like try to tie in some emotion there. But I guess it wasn't enough.
If our box turns green, you did it. You eliminated the mole. If the box turns red, the mole is still standing. 3, 2,
No way it's green. This shit green, bro. Bro, this shit ass.
there's Latinos.
So before I reveal who the mole was, will the ally please step forward?
Yeah.
You are actually going to be our ally.
Oh no. I literally had a feeling that I would be the one to be called on for this. I felt it in the force, literally. Okay, so I wrote that I sacrificed myself. After the debacle with the rule of 2, there's really no coming back from that after everyone else knew that it was happening. So at that moment, I pretty much accepted the fact that this was a time that I had
Yo,
to
Bryce, I think it's some frauds in that box, bro. I don't think they know that much. They should have got you for real.
give up my spot. I had to sacrifice myself to service the Empire.
Sneaky.
Wow.
On the count of 3, will the mole please step forward? 3, 2, 1.
No way.
It was me.
You're kidding.
I was
What?
the bad guy.
I trusted
Pulled a Darth Sidious.
Never voted for you. That's the crazy part.
I was really nervous going into it,
Yo, this shit
but then I
sucked, bro.
rewatched all the movies and I watched some of the shows. Coming into it, I was actually pretty confident and I thought I could win, but I got caught with that random question. Yay!
I knew it from the beginning. I figured it was Faith.
Check the votes. Check the votes. I knew it the entire time.
Yeah, I actually am really big on a lot of fandoms. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, a huge Marvel fan,
I like
and I
Pokemon
really
too.
love Disney.
Disney, but you don't like Star Wars?
I think it's a little much. But
I mean, she's not a fan. That's fair.
first of all, why is there so many shows and movies and
Hey, the universe is never ending.
yeah, I
It's
mean
never
that's true,
ending,
but it's
and we ask the same question.
yeah.
We're also tired.
I do connect with it on a religious aspect, and in kind of rewatching them, I do kind of find myself maybe becoming like a true fan. I really resonated with the Force, that the Force is not good or evil, it's just everything, and the Force creates the path. I think that's kind of beautiful.
Being a Star Wars fan is an appreciation for the movies, the community it builds, and the inspiration it brings.
You don't have to look like a Star Wars fan to be a fan. People have always told me, oh, you don't look like a Star Wars fan, but the thing is, I feel like the culture is changing a lot. Like, you don't have to look a certain way as how it used to, like when the old original trilogy came out.
It's evolved so much over the
What
generations.
the fuck, gang? Yo, this it. They just talking about shit.
Money is money.
Yeah, bro. Bro, fuck that shit, yo.